Hey there! Today we're going to learn about the different types of questions, including the welcome and thank you screens. Survey Kiwi has 9 different types of questions: file upload, multiple choice, net promoter score, scoring, descriptive text, form, multiple images, ranking, and short answer. 11 if we include the welcome and thank you screens. In this video, we're going to learn how each one of these works. Let's begin. When creating your welcome screen, your main objective should be to create an attractive one that makes your users want to answer and give you their opinion. Your welcome screen should have a text, a nice image, your logo, and an explanation of your campaign's purpose or whatever you wish to tell your users. For example, when browsing through templates, we can see good examples of great welcome screens such as these. To make your welcome screen more customized, you can use your user's name by using the Hidden Fields feature. This is explained in the Hidden Fields video in the Help Center, but we will show an example here anyways. As you can see, this welcome screen is more personal because it greets the user with their name. This is great to capture your user's attention and make them want to answer your survey. When editing your welcome screen, you have the following sections. Title. Here you should write the welcome text. Bear in mind that these are very important because they are the first encounter with the respondents and can therefore determine the effectiveness of your campaign. Also, it has been proven that surveys with welcoming messages have a superior completion rate in comparison to those without them. This is why we highly recommend dedicating time to this part of the process. Be original, not only with what you write, but also with the images you use. For example, a survey to complete after staying at your hotel could say, "Having you at our hotel was amazing." Subtitle. Subtitles are generally used to add information or more detailed instructions. For example, you can instruct users to click below and tell them it won't take them long. In this case, we could write, "Please take a few minutes to answer this short survey. Your opinion really matters." Button. Here you can edit the text of the Start button. You can use Enter, Start Now, Begin, or whatever you can think of. In this case, we're going to use Start Now. Image or video. Finally, you can activate this option if you wish to add an image or video to your welcome screen. If you select the video option, you must include the link to any video uploaded to YouTube. And if you select the image option, you will be able to upload a logo or image from your files or choose one from Unsplash or choose a GIF from Giphy. In this case, we will include a GIF. We created a unique, creative, and appealing welcome screen that invites users to complete the survey. To learn how to change your campaign's background, head to the design video in the Help Center. Let's continue with the multiple choice questions. This type of question is frequently used in all surveys. It allows users to choose one or multiple answers within a pre-established list of options. Within this type of question, there are different elements to complete. Question. Here is where you type the question you wish to ask. For example, how many nights did you spend at our hotel? You can edit the text format with bold or italic or even underline it. Description. Activate this option if you want to add a description below the question. In this case, it is not necessary, but something you could want to add in another question is, you can choose more than one, or this question is not mandatory. Options. Here is where you add the possible answers. You can add as many as you like with a minimum of 2. For example, 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights, more than 4 nights. In all types of question, you will have the option of adding advanced options. You can learn more about these in the advanced options video in the Help Center. That's it for multiple choice questions. They are very simple to both use and answer. Therefore, we highly recommend their use. Let's continue with ranking questions. These allow people to sort a list of options based upon their preferences using the drag and drop feature. It is an innovative and very useful type of question. Creating ranking questions is very simple and similar to multiple choice ones. 3 sections must be completed in this type of question. These are the same as in the multiple choice questions. Question, for example, what are your preferences when booking a hotel room? Description, we can use this to write instructions to inform the respondents to rank the options in order of preference and clarify that they must drag and drop them. In this case, we will write, by dragging the options, order your preferences from top to bottom. Options. Finally, enter the elements you want your respondents to rank. Try limiting the number of options to approximately 5, given that more than 5 elements can be overwhelming for respondents. For example, location, previous guest recommendation, hygiene, and years in business. For this type of question, the average ranking of each option is calculated in order to determine which was a preferred option in general. This is how this type of question will be seen in statistics. The higher ranked option will be positioned in the first place with the average position to the right. The color will demonstrate how many times it was ranked in each position. Next, we have the file upload type of question. If you want to allow your respondents to attach files to their answers, then make sure to use this type of question found in the silver and gold plans. This feature allows any type of file with a maximum size of 10 megabytes. For example, you can ask your respondents to send you an MP3 file, a document with a resume, or a picture. If they access your campaign from a cell phone or tablet, they can upload a photo from the gallery or take a new one with their camera and upload it. In the question element, enter your question or the instructions indicating the respondents to attach their file. For example, we can ask the user to upload their CV. Please upload your CV below. Activate the description if you want a description below the question. It will be very useful to make clarifications or specify something related to the file that will be uploaded. For example, we can specify how long it will take for them to hear back from us after looking over their CV. It will take approximately 1 to 2 weeks for our team to look over your CV. Please be patient. Thank you. When answering the question, the respondent will have to click on Choose a File and upload the file from their computer or drag and drop the file on the dotted box. If they upload a wrong file, they can delete it with the X found on the top right angle of the file and then upload the correct one. Let's continue with a multiple image type of question. This type of question works in the same way as a multiple choice one, but with the added value of images as options for answers. This is why we recommend that if possible, use multiple image instead of multiple choice, given that this type of question is more interactive, friendly, and attractive than multiple choice ones. Multiple image questions are ideal for any type of survey in which the options visually differentiate from each other in some way. For example, if you are the owner of a restaurant, you could ask, "What did you have?" and include images of each meal along with the written option. First, we write the question. This is easy and the same as writing any other type of question. Also, if needed, you can add a description. Next, we write each of the answers. For example, breakfast, brunch, lunch, coffee, and dinner. Next to each option, we have the option of including an image. This is very simple. You will find 4 options from which to choose an image or GIF. Click My Images if you want to upload an image from your computer or device. You can choose a file or drag it in the dotted box. It is important to note that the image size cannot be more than 2 megabytes. Giphy and Unsplash are integrations that allow you to use images and GIFs from other platforms in a very simple way. Unsplash is a platform containing more than 1 million photos in high definition. Using these images is very simple. Just enter a search and select the image that better suits your needs. Giphy is one of the largest platforms to find all the GIFs available online. By using it, you can make sure your forms look more alive. Like Unsplash, Giphy is very simple to use. Just enter a search and select the GIF you prefer. Finally, the Noun project offers icons for your surveys. It is also very easy to use. In this case, we will use Unsplash, but if this were real, you, as the owner of your restaurant, could upload your own images. As you're able to see, we typed the word for each option and chose the one that suited our survey best. Next, we have the scoring type of question, which allows your users to value or evaluate through an icon visual scale your brand, product, service, or whatever you wish to know. It's a simple and visual way to rate things. One of the things that makes Survey Kiwi stand out from other tools is the personalization of its form, and the rating questions are an example of this. You can allow your users to select between stars, likes, hearts, or even beers that fill up according to their selection. In this type of question, respondents are asked to rate on a scale which can be from 3 to 10 maximum, depending on what you prefer. If we continue with the previous restaurant example, we could ask, how would you rate today's service? As usual, you can add any description if necessary. By default, the scale is set in 3, but you can choose any number from 3 to 10. By clicking here, you can see all the icon options you can choose from. In our case, we could choose this icon related to food and make the scale up to 6, which would look like this. And that's it. It is that simple. Next, we have the descriptive text type of question. You can use it when you have something to say and don't require an answer. It is useful to make pauses, which exist in every conversation. You can use it to share a quote or an inspiring message before introducing the following question, or to write something funny to cheer up your users. Or if you're creating a quiz, you can use it to inform respondents if their answer was correct or incorrect and why. Creating this type of question is very simple. In the question section, you must enter what you want to write, which doesn't need an answer from the respondent. For example, if in the previous scoring question they gave your restaurant a good review, you can answer, "We are very happy to know that you had a great experience with us." Regarding the description, you can activate this option if you wish to add a description below the main text. In this case, it is not necessary, but know that you have the option to do it. It will help you make clarifications if needed. In this case, you could add an image or video as well to make the descriptive text friendly. For example, type thumbs up in Giphy and include a GIF. Next, we have the form type of question, which is used to ask people to write in a text box to gather precise information, such as a name, an email, a telephone number, or a birth date. It is similar to the short answer type of question, which we will see next, but with some differences. The form type question has a smaller text box, given that it is designed for the user to enter short personal information, a shorter character limit, meaning that answers need to be shorter than in short answer questions, optional validation formats such as text, number, website, date, or email. This means that if, for instance, you ask for the respondent's email, the next button won't be available until the answer is validated as an actual email. This is very simple to do. You just need to change the validation to whatever you're asking for. Validation allows you to specify the type of answer you want. When validating a number, you can choose a range of numbers you can enter or leave the spaces blank if a range is not necessary. This type of question is very useful to gather important information. For example, if you ask for their name, you can then use it to personalize a survey. Or if you ask for their email, you can then send them whatever you need via email. In this case, we would write, "Please leave your email below," and choose email validation. It is as easy as that. As mentioned, short answer questions are very similar to the form questions. They are generally used when we want to gather general information, for example, when we want to receive comments or understand the reasons why a user had a good or bad experience. For example, is there any additional comment that you would like to share with us? Respondents must answer this question in their own words. You can limit their answers with character limits or allow them to write as much as they want. You can choose between unlimited, 140, 300, and 500 characters. Given that each answer is different, they take longer to process. However, they are very useful for receiving specific and honest feedback from your respondents, which is why we highly recommend the use of this type of question. Next, we have the Net Promoter Score questions, which can be used to measure your client's level of satisfaction with your organization, brand, product, or service. This type of question is based upon asking the respondent to establish a probability of recommending your brand, product, or service on a scale from 0 to 10. This generates a Net Promoter Score in the statistics, which can be used to compare with the industry in which your organization works in. The main purpose of the Net Promoter Score is to calculate and determine the loyalty level of your clients towards your business. It is generally used by big enterprises in order to learn the perception that consumers might have of them. For example, the question can be, how likely are you to recommend us to a friend or colleague? In the label section, you can edit the text that appears on both ends of the values. For example, not likely and extremely likely. Last but certainly not least, the thank you screen. You must finish your campaign with a thank you screen that gives an ending to your survey. These are optional, and you can include as many as you like or none at all. We recommend you include at least one, given that it is always good and positive to include a text thanking the user for their participation. If we were talking about thank you screens for a quiz or test, you could add various screens and combine them with logic jumps or the calculator to show respondents different messages depending on their selected responses and how they did. For example, you could show an excellent message to those who got all the answers correct and a better luck next time to those who didn't do as good. Keep in mind that this type of message is useful to leave a good impression. So for example, thank you very much, your opinion helps us improve. In advanced options, you will have the option of including a link button. This button will allow you to redirect your users anywhere you want. For example, you can write visit our website and put your website's link. You can do the same by activating social networks and allowing respondents to head to your brand's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or LinkedIn account. Finally, you can choose to show results by activating the Show Results option. If you activate this option, once your users complete the survey, they will not go to a thank you screen, but instead they will see all the general results of your campaign. This option is useful to create incentives for your users that might be compelled to complete your survey, knowing that they can see all the general responses once they finish it. As you're able to see, each type of question has its advantages and is very useful in its own way. Be sure to use them in your surveys to obtain the best possible responses. Thank you for your attention. Make sure to check out the rest of our videos to learn more about Survey Kiwi's features.